The best mobile workstations offer the kind of power you would only expect to see in robust desktop PCs and the best laptops. But they are also trimmed down enough to be easily used on the road. As internal components such as GPUs and CPUs have gotten smaller, so have the laptops equipped with them. Fortunately, this also applies to these portable workstations, which have gotten lighter and thinner while providing more performance than their predecessors. After researching the market, we have come up with the top 5 best mobile workstation from the market. They will do what they are intended for and some more. So without further ado, let's start with the video. And don't forget to check the product link in the description. Number 1. HP ZBook 15 G6. The HP ZBook 15 G6 is neither the lightest nor fastest mobile workstation you can buy, but solid design and a glorious 4K Dreamcolor display make it a tempting choice anyway. HP says its ZBook 15 is the world's best-selling mobile workstation. At a glance, the G6 model seen here doesn't look very different from the G5 we reviewed in November 2018. Its aluminum chassis measures the same 1 by 14.8 by 10.4 inches and weighs the same 5.8 pounds, with the same thick bezels around the 15.6-inch screen and the same layout of ports on the sides. Under the hood, however, the ZBook 15 has acquired VR-ready graphics in the form of NVIDIA's 6GB Quadro RTX 3000 and stepped up from a 6-core CPU to an 8-core Intel Xeon E2286M. Its dazzling 4K Dreamcolor display, which formerly offered 100% coverage of the Adobe RGB color gamut, now covers 100% of the DCI-P3 space to rival the 16-inch Apple MacBook Pro. The HP G6 doesn't unseat the Lenovo ThinkPad P53 as our editor's choice, because it's only the second or third fastest mobile workstation we've tested. But it's a robust, beautifully engineered system and a fine choice for design, rendering, and engineering professionals. The ZBook offers both a fingerprint reader and face recognition webcam to skip passwords for Windows Hello logins. The webcam captures images in 1080p instead of the usual 720p resolution, which is a plus, but they look a bit harsh and grainy. A sliding shutter covers the lens if you're concerned about online snoops. For our performance benchmarks, I pitted the ZBook 15 G6 against 2 other 15.6-inch mobile workstations, the Dell Precision 5530 and Editor's Choice Lenovo ThinkPad P53, and 2 speedy 17.3-inch entries, the MSI WS75 and HP ZBook 17 G5. You can see their basic specs in the table below. If you're looking for a formidable 15.6-inch workstation, you can't afford to overlook the HP. Number 2. HP ZBook Power G7. Laptop should be something special, and HP's ZBook Create G7 is very special indeed. If it ran a little cooler and its keyboard wasn't so stiff, it would be close to flawless. HP's ZBook line of mobile workstations has been expanded and renamed. The flagship ZBook 15 and ZBook 17 now go by the family name ZBook Fury. It even includes a system that isn't technically a workstation, the ZBook Create G7. If you want a Quadro GPU and ISV certifications, of course, HP is happy to oblige in other models. Not only the ZBook Fury, but the Create's close cousin, the ZBook Studio, offer those things, along with an Intel Xeon instead of Core processor. The company positions the Create line versus the Studio line for professional creators versus corporate creators, citing fields like photography, video editing, and game design rather than engineering or architecture. For our benchmark tests, I pitted the ZBook Create G7 against not only the Apple MacBook Pro 16 and Dell XPS 15, but 2 other 4K OLED deluxe design platforms, the Razer Blade 15 Studio Edition and the Gigabyte Aero 15 OLED. The recently reviewed Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 3 is another competitor, but its 6-core CPU and GeForce GTX 1650 Ti graphics make it a bit underpowered for this group. You can see the contenders' basic specs below. The HP ZBook Create G7 comes within an eyelash of an Editor's Choice Award, missing only because it's awfully expensive and a tad hot to the touch. But make no mistake, this is a world-class laptop, combining stunning performance with a spectacular screen, splendid sound, and the superb design and engineering we've seen in ZBook Workstations. Any visual or multimedia professional would be lucky to have one. Number 3. HP ZBook Fury 15 G8. HP's premier laptop workstation, the ZBook Fury 15 G8 with dream color screen is a gorgeous choice for design pros who can afford it. We pride ourselves on our painstaking performance benchmark tests, but benchmarks aren't everything. The HP ZBook Fury 15 G8 is a spectacularly fast and powerful mobile workstation, ready to rip through the most demanding jobs in 3D rendering or CGI, computer-aided design, or data science, available in 15.6 and 17.3-inch screen sizes. The ZBook Fury is the big kahuna of HP's laptop workstations, built to deliver the utmost in performance, expandability, and security, and carrying a laundry list of independent software vendor certifications for specialized apps. It outranks the ZBook Power, aimed at cash-strapped engineering students, the ZBook Firefly, for 2D designers seeking something lightweight, and the ZBook Studio, for video editors and content creators. Besides its direct competitors, the Dell Precision 7560 and Lenovo ThinkPad P15 Gen 2, I compared the Fury 15 G8's performance with that of HP's more affordable ZBook Power G8 and a high-end not-quite workstation for content creators. We run 2 additional programs to simulate workstation applications. The first, Blender, is an open-source 3D suite for modeling, animation, simulation, and compositing. We record the time it takes for its built-in Cycles path tracer to render 2 photorealistic scenes of BMW cars, one using the system's CPU and one the GPU. If you want the fastest laptop workstation you can buy and arguably the best keyboard, we'd recommend the Lenovo ThinkPad P15 Gen 2. If you want a great performer for under $5,000, our Dell Precision 7560 test unit takes the cake. But most workstation apps are visual affairs, and the HP ZBook Fury 15 G8's Dream Color display is about the best laptop screen we've ever laid eyes on. Number 4. HP ZBook Firefly 15 G8. HP Slim ZBook Firefly 15 G8 is a compelling mobile workstation for professionals and creators with 2D and mild 3D needs. How do you feel about a 15.6-inch, 4K resolution display, NVIDIA Quadro professional graphics, independent software vendor certifications, and 5G connectivity in a slim, posh design? If that tickles your fancy, you'll want to check out HP's ZBook Firefly 15 G8. The ZBook Firefly 15 has been refreshed for its 8th generation with Intel's Tiger Lake core processors and some new configuration choices, including the 5G mobile broadband of my review model. Its Core i7-1185 G7 processor is the top available CPU, and it includes Intel's Iris-Xe integrated graphics to complement the optional 4GB NVIDIA Quadro T500 graphics card when maximum 3D performance isn't needed. The combination works well for 2D work such as photo editing, Full HD, 1080p, video editing, and basic 3D modeling. Its aluminum and magnesium exterior is a class act in dark gray, complemented by a rather showy Z logo on the lid. By contrast, HP's EliteBook 800 series business laptops are bright silver. Moving or traveling with this ZBook is about as easy as it can be for a laptop with a 15.6-inch screen. The system measures 0.76 by 14.2 by 9.2 inches and its USB-C power adapter, which has a fancy braided cable, will add a bit over 4 pounds to your briefcase. Our workstation-specific tests start with POVRA 3.7, a CPU exercise that uses ray tracing to render a complex 3D image. The HP ZBook Firefly 15 G8 offers less raw performance than a bulkier desktop replacement model, but its Intel Tiger Lake CPU and available NVIDIA Quadro T500 graphics make it peppy enough for 2D and mild 3D design and rendering needs. Its trim and light chassis, admirable input devices, and mobile-friendly 5G and long battery life make it a practical on-the-go choice. With little to dislike except a posh price, corporate buyers can hope for fleet discounts. The Firefly 15 G8 wins our editor's choice seal of approval among lightweight mobile workstations. Number 5. HP ZBook Studio G8. HP's ZBook Studio G8 outshines the ZBook Firefly and challenges the ZBook Fury as the top all-rounder in the company's workstation lineup. What do you get when you cross a mobile workstation with a gaming laptop? The HP ZBook Studio G8 is often ordered with one of NVIDIA's formerly known as Quadro professional GPUs, but is also available with NVIDIA gaming graphics like our test unit's GeForce RTX 3070, and its keyboard has RGB rainbow backlighting that would look at home on a deluxe gaming rig. High frame rate gamers won't like our studio's 15.6-inch OLED display, which is stunning but limited to a vanilla 60Hz refresh rate, but the system adds up to a prized platform for 4K video editors or other digital content creators. We've reviewed most of HP's ZBook laptop workstations, from the heavyweight flagship ZBook Fury 15 G8 to the ZBook Power G8 that targets engineering students and other budget-minded users. Last year's ZBook Studios had only NVIDIA Quadro GPUs, with the GeForce version dubbed ZBook Create G7. The 8th generation applies the Studio name to both. Since the ZBook Studio G8 straddles the workstation and Creative Pros worlds, I chose two of each for our benchmark comparisons. The HP ZBook Fury 15 G8 and Dell Precision 5560 are our editor's choice title holders for full-bore and lightweight mobile workstations respectively. We run two additional programs to simulate workstation applications, as well as Adobe Premiere Pro, for which we don't have enough results to mention. We changed the lineup because the Acer Concept D5 isn't here. The first, Blender, is an open-source 3D suite for modeling, animation, simulation, and compositing. And if you're into digital content instead of professional CGI rendering, engineering, or data science, the Studio's stellar performance and gorgeous OLED screen make it an easy editor's choice pick as a creative desktop replacement. The display's 60Hz refresh will disappoint avid gamers, but you can't have everything.